Welcome to Tea with Queens, where Hollywood's secrets don't stay secret for long.
We serve stories with style, shade, and just the right amount of scandal.
Take a sip and let the drama begin.
So, the article really dives into how Meghan was notorious for meticulously planning every aspect of her life, right?
Yeah,
It paints a picture of someone who, had a blueprint for everything. From reshaping her public persona to even the way she planned to out her relationship with Harry.
Right, it's almost like she treated her personal life like a strategic business venture, a makeover of her identity.
Exactly. It mentions that when her relationship with Harry was about to become public, she had this careful plan in place. And she literally purged her Wikipedia of her previous work on Deal or No Deal and modeling, replacing it with a focus on her humanitarian work.
That's wild, because it shows just how much effort she put into controlling her narrative, even down to the small details like completely rebranding her image.
Right. And then there's this part where she emailed her agent to officially end her acting and commercial career, which, solidified her shift. It's like she was saying, from now on, I command how I'm seen, you know?
Absolutely, and this all seems like a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's empowering, but on the other, it sounds a bit extreme if you're constantly managing every detail of your life.
Yeah, and then the article digs into how that same drive translated into her later behavior as a working royal. Apparently, Meghan was so intent on carving out her own career that she even tried to outshine traditional royal protocols.
And one insider even said that she wanted to operate independently, outshining other members of the family, which, well, might have stirred up some palace tensions.
Exactly. Now, I gotta say, while there's this view that she was controlling, it almost seems like when you're thrown into a rigid system, like the royal family, any desire to innovate or assert independence is seen as a threat.
Yeah, that's a fair point. But don't you think there's a risk here? I mean, is it all about controlling the narrative, or could it be that she was genuinely just trying to be true to herself, even if it upset a few long-standing traditions?
That's where it gets interesting. The article suggests that while her actions were very calculated, they also clashed with the expectations of royal behavior. It's almost as if she had this internal conflict between personal ambition and institutional loyalty.
I get that. And then there's the whole Megxit phenomenon. The piece implies that eventually, the pressure of trying to balance a controlling public image with the constraints of royal life pushed them to embrace a new path outside the institution.
Exactly. And that move to step down allowed them some freedom, which let Meghan channel her energies more into her business and media projects. It's like once she wasn't under all that micromanagement, she could finally...
Wait a minute, though. Don't you find it a bit ironic how her need for control might have ultimately contributed to her, alienation within the royal family?
Yeah, I do see that irony. It's like she had this, intense desire to manage every narrative facet, but actually ended up, clashing with established norms that value discretion and tradition.
Right, exactly. And the article's point about her sending that email to end her career, it shows how deliberate she was in redefining herself. That's not something you see every day.
True, it really highlights the transformation from a television personality to a kind of calculated public figure who wanted to be seen as engaging in humanitarian work rather than just being in front of the camera.
Yeah, it's a dramatic shift. So, in the end, do you think her controlling tendencies were more of a strength or a liability?
Well, it's a bit of both, isn't it? On one side, her meticulous planning made her a master of her own narrative, but on the other, it might have isolated her from a system that doesn't appreciate such overt displays of independence.
Definitely a balancing act. It just goes to show that, when you mix personal ambition with the traditions of, say, royalty, the result can be explosive.
Absolutely. It's like trying to mix oil and water. You can control the blend up to a point, but eventually, the inherent differences shine through.
Exactly, yeah. Fascinating stuff. It really gives you a lot to think about regarding image, control, and the price of autonomy.